Hi, everyone, and welcome. And we're going to be talking about how sitting is actually stealing our health, too much of it. And how we can take that information back. This is based on an article by Health Realization. It was a study that reveals the skyrocketing death rates then from sitting and how TV and PC is dramatically increasing the risk of death. So there's 7 ways to potentially to live potentially longer and healthier, and how to add years to our life. If you have any questions, please feel free to give Dr. Justine a quick text at 647-987-9355. I wanted to welcome Dr. Justine. She is our leader here at the Justine Blainey Wellness Center. She is a chiropractor, a wife. She's a mother of 2, but she is a passionate warrior for your health and well-being. Please help me welcome Dr. Justine.
I want to make sure you know about our upcoming Reboot Your Health from the Inside Out. It is your gut makeover at the Loafers Lake Paul Paletti Center. Reserve your seats at the Wellness Center, Justine Blainey Wellness Center. We're going to have amazing information that morning. Friends and family are welcome. We have lots of snacks available at that, so you can get your tickets at the Wellness Center. We're going to talk about breathing exercises, improving your immune system, and our co-op student, Angela, also made exercises for arthritic hands, achy hands video for finger exercises. But today we're talking about sittosis, the damages of sitting too much. If we sit, we have a sedentary lifestyle, increased weight gain, increased diabetes, increased risk of obesity, and pretty much every other disease. If we look at years and years ago, women and children and families, men were out hunting, surviving, foraging for food. And it was only the kings and queens and elite that sat who tended to get bigger. Basically, we have to realize and ask ourselves, why do I ache after sitting all day? Why do I feel sluggish? Why is my digestion worse? Why do I get sick more often when I sit too much? And that's called sittosis. The knowing of that sitting is the new smoking that's affecting our society today. Movement is key for our lifestyle to help flush out the toxins, to be strong, help our immune systems, help our overall strength, our moods, our energy. So what's changed? It's technology. There's so much technology. You know, when I first grew up, the computer was as big as the table. The phone was the size of a brick. Now everything's at our fingertips and we want it fast, fast, fast. And so we spend too much time sitting, playing video games in front of a computer, sitting to eat, sitting to drive, dealing with traffic, and it is destroying our health. And it's not just the sitting that's the problem, it's the time of sitting. See, we cannot undo damage of sitting by going for a half-hour walk or half-hour run. They know that the couch potatoes that even went to the gym still are couch potatoes and damaging their health. We need to stand, we need to walk, we need to move more, because the more time we sit proportionally, the worse our health is going to be. So any kind of movement, dancing, singing, walking, swimming, elliptical, biking, swaying, rebounding, any type of movement is better. The research shows that the more we sit and the more TV, the more likely we are to die earlier. In fact, if we're sitting for TV more than 4 hours a day, 80% are more likely to die earlier with heart disease. And on many, many studies, the more we sit, the higher the heart disease, diabetes, weight gain. It even doubles or triples for those who sit more. So sittosis is a scary thing. It is damaging and causing severe health choices. So here are some of the common complaints that we hear from people sitting. nerve pain, shoulder pain, achiness, leg pain, fatigue, hip pain, feet that ache or that you stand, you move stiffly, numbness, tingling in our hands or our feet, chest pain, shortness of breath, knee pain, thigh pain, pelvic dysfunction, problems in the groin, tight hip flexors, aggravating with weight gain. A lot of times people just pop an Advil, pop a Tylenol, and all that does is mask the symptoms, but doesn't get rid of the problem because we're sitting too much. And it's really, really hard for people who have jobs that are sitting, truck drivers, taxi drivers, Uber drivers, accountants, bookkeepers, and a lot of work can affect our sitting. And then that sitting affects different organs and nerves, so then can even affect the bladder, the colon, the lungs, the different joints of the lower body, the hips, the knees, the ankles, the feet, the back. All of this can be damaged from sitting. What sitting does to the body is it reduces your circulation, it reduces of lipase, and that affects the enzyme that absorbs fat. So therefore, when we're sitting too much, our muscles are not working as much. So the fat recirculates in our blood system. It can clog those arteries according to the research. So super important, even if we have a job that's sitting, that we find ways to get moving. So some of the research showing with TV, this is on 8,800 people over 6 years. So this is a big study. And they found that if they watch TV for more than 4 hours a day sitting, and that could be a little bit in the morning, a little bit at lunch, a little bit at the end of the day, binge watching Netflix, 46% more likely to die from any cause, and 80% more likely for cardiovascular. So this is Australian research showing that it's crazy and how severe this can be for our overall health. And they have done studies from ratings on TV showing that people sometimes sit more than 5 hours a day in over periods of 3 to 6 months as they get, sucked into these different types of TV shows or negative news. So we want to do a questionnaire on ourselves. What is our sitting quotient? What are we doing? How many hours are we sitting watching TV or Netflix, a device, an iPad? How many hours are we sitting on a computer? How many hours are we sitting driving? How many hours are we sitting eating? How many hours are we sitting on our phone? How many hours are we sitting on a bus? How many hours are we eating, snacking? Like, how does this all add up to sitting time? Because it's the amount of sitting time that is damaging, and we want to get more movement as much as possible. So if we look at sitting throughout the day, it's not just always exercising more, it's getting up and standing more. So if we are on a bus, stand to commute. If we're at a computer, standing desk. If we're eating, standing. We're on a phone call, standing. If we're having a meeting, a walking meeting. If we're watching TV, walking on the spot, looking for fun activities instead of going to the movies and eating dinner, going for a hike, going to play basketball, hoops, racquetball, tennis, looking towards walks. Any type of movement at all is going to help your overall health. The reason why sitting is so dangerous is that research has shown is we can't undo it even with 30 to 60 minutes of exercise. Even intense exercise and workouts have shown that that's not enough to undo hours and hours, 10, 12, 15 hours of sitting throughout the day. That can be very, very dangerous. So very important to find ways to get up every 15 minutes. The goal is if you do have a sitting job, sitting position, we're going to stand up, reach up, and then sit back down every 15 minutes. And then if you're do a sitting duck every hour, stand up, reach up, do a squat, and aim for 10 squats every hour. That'll strengthen your legs, improve your overall balance, and help prevent the dangers of sitting. When they look at those dangers, they know that numerous research show that it increases risks of diabetes. And so that's going to increase risks also of cholesterol and weight gain. So regular movement throughout the day is key. And that might mean setting an egg timer, setting a timer on your phone, because it's easy to get engaged into a show, into a laptop, an iPad, a book, knitting, crochet. Like there's so many habits that can be sitting, and we might need something that, because we're engrossed, that dings, that rings, and tells us to just get up. Our sitting time is a predictor of weight gain according to Australian studies. So definitely those who sit less have more favorable metabolic profiles, less risks of hormone and metabolic disease, according to the British Journal of Sports Medicine. So definitely even Canadian studies have shown, these studies over and over, 17,000 Canadians, that the more you sit, the more it's linked with greater risk of death. So very, very important to get regular movement, not just at the gym time, but always standing and moving. And I hear about these 10,000 steps. That should be the goal minimum throughout the day. And more, it can be better. It doesn't always have to be fast. It's not about speed, but it's regular movement. And if you need help with creating a stretching program, an exercise program, there's lots free online. We have many different stretching exercise programs on our website and our YouTube channel. But for example, I'll do a spin class that's free off YouTube. I'll do a stretching class, a weightlifting class on YouTube. So much there that is free that you can join. Start with a 5-minute stretch in the morning, a 10-minute stretch at the end of the day. You'll sleep better, you'll move better, your digestion will be better, your lymphatic flow will be better. And if you need help, we do have physiotherapists, kinesiologists, chiropractors that would love to help you creating a lifestyle change to help with reducing sitting. Now, the challenge is that this is starting to affect our young people, okay? It's not just our older people. This screen time is going up, and especially going up in 45-year-olds to 50-year-olds. If you go back to the slide there, 45-year-olds to 50-year-olds spending in front of the screen over 9 hours. And you can say, well, how's that happen? Well, if it's 8 hours at work, and then we have at home reading time in front of the screen and phone time in front of the screen, it's easily to get upwards over 2, 3, 4 hours in front of a computer and getting engaged in that device. I mean, this Facebook, this TikTok, it sucks you in, and we need ways to help us avoid that, or at least if we're doing it, do it moving, walking on the spot rather than sitting. It's not that sitting sometimes is bad, it's sitting a lot is bad. And as we look how this is affecting our young people, ages, the research here, under 25 years of age, or 8 to 18 years of age, they're spending less time walking. I mean, more and more people driving their kids to school. No more tag on the streets. No more hide and seek on the streets. Ball hockey on the streets. Football in the park. I mean, we're just seeing less playing outside. And if you're a parent, your kids are at the park, you walk. We don't sit on the bench. You walk. You participate in playing on the playground as well. But we know for our young people, it was difficult for my kids when they were teenagers as well. The smartphone, the texting, the TV, the laptop, watching TV or Netflix, any type of electronic device, sitting at school, all of a sudden it's 7 hours plus of sitting. And so we're getting more and more damage to the spine, more and more damage to the neck. I had somebody coming in just last night, just in their early 30s, having arthritis like a 65-year-old, but related to just too much sitting and driving, causing arthritis way too early and not having the tools to prevent it. He didn't know. He didn't know this arthritis was growing because he couldn't feel it. Arthritis can grow and develop silently. So key. Same with osteoporosis, weakness of the bones, develops silently, and it's happening at younger ages. Damage to the neck, text neck, is affecting at younger ages. And of course, we want the best for our youngins. And I'm talking text neck is hitting kids under 10, way younger, because you're seeing children on phones, on devices, way younger than ever before. You're seeing kids know how to use a phone to watch a TV show by 2-3 years of age instead of playing with a toy. So the key here is to sit less, look for goals, to not just go to the gym, go for a walk, get exercise outside, but new ways to incorporate movement, stand-up walks, stand-up desks, stand up to eat, stand up between meetings, putting things far away, doing the stairs, parking far away, standing meetings, standing phone calls, walking the kids to school and back, making sure we get those walks as much as possible. As we keep going, we're going to make sure, I apologize for the phone ringing, we'll just let that go. It's key to move as much time and making time for it. And there's lots online that is possible for that. So seven hints, 7 to-dos that you can do to reduce that stress. 7 things to reduce your sitting time. Schedule 5 minutes every hour to stretch and move. We have 5-minute stretching routines. There's lots online, 5-minute video in the morning, setting the time to get your body, get your engine going every morning, every evening. There's meditation stretches that you can add at the evening so you get a better sleep. Forcing ourselves to get up every hour, doing those squats, doing the stairs in your own home. I had one patient who did the stairs 10 minutes every day, didn't want to pay for a gym, and lost 30 pounds. It's doable. Find a way to move. Put your printer, your office supplies far away so you have to get up. Every time you're on the phone, stand up. Take the stairs, not the escalator. If the stairs are too difficult at the beginning, do 2 or 3 floors and then the escalator, and eventually add more stairs. Making sure that you have to get up to get your drinks, to get more water to help flush out those toxins, and make sure you get up and have to get up to go to the bathroom. Creating morning routines and evening routines and specific exercise times. I call this double yellow lines, that I know specifically when I'm going to exercise Tuesday through Sunday. It's set times. It becomes a priority even when traveling and even when on the holidays. This is something you can do. You don't have to have an expensive gym, but even some of the gyms are very inexpensive these days. You can go from $10, $25 a month, and it's worth it. But if not, walking outside is free. Put your raincoat on, put your winter coat on, your runners on, and get moving. It can be simpler than you think. And if you have questions, don't hesitate to contact us now. We do provide free meet and greets, free opportunities to get to know your physiotherapist, your kinesiologist, your chiropractor. Talk to a personal trainer, talk to a gym manager, and talk to your office manager. Get your workstation checked so that it's ergonomically correct and not causing spinal damage. As a chiropractor, we see so much damage to the spine because of our careers, because of sitting too much, and even just because of sitting too much to do schoolwork and homework. So it's so important to get your spine checked, because it is the master controller of your nervous system. And if we're seeing too much head forward posture, too much driving, too much sitting, it damages the discs in your spine. And those discs in your neck from leaning forward And sitting, that affects your hands, that affects the nerves to your head, that affects your vagus nerve, which controls your breath, your heart, your digestion. The nerves in your lower back, where we typically see damage from sitting in L4, L5, that can affect things like sciatica, down your legs, tension into your muscles, and then eventually affects the bowel and bladder function. So very important to get your spine checked. If you sit too much, you sittosis, your job, your work, your environment forces you to sit, then that means you need more regular maintenance and more specific spinal exercises custom to your lifestyle to help you cope with this better, so your engine, your spine, isn't rotting and creating arthritis. So stay connected with us. We have tons of information. We're here for you. We have lots and lots of ways to connect by YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, our podcast. Always do a review, and we have so much more to come. We look forward to seeing you at our makeover on gut health at Loafers Lake Paul Pellecci Center. We're here to help you.